something like that. Hello everyone, welcome to quick lesson number 2. Today we're going to be outlining a normal 12 bar dominant blues, similar to how we did in lesson 1, but we're going to be looking at it in a bit more of a jazzy way. We're going to turn up the jazz, 10% jazz. And to do this we're going to switch brain muscles a little bit here, rather than using the normal minor pentatonic stuff that we're used to doing, and that's great. We're going to be looking at playing over the changes in a more jazz changes playing sense. So every time the chord moves in your normal 12 bar dominant goodness, the scale's going to move as well. If you've not done this before, it can be a little bit daunting, but the blues is the best place to put this. So I'm going to show you a scale shape, and we're going to move it around every time the chord moves. The premise is quite simple, so let's do the shape first. Over the first chord, A dominant, we're going to play A mixolydian. Okay, let's take a look at this. We've got 5-7, 4-5-7, 4-5-7, 4-6-7, 5-7-8, 5. So recap that, rewind it, go over it. Sounds like this. So that's fine for the 1 chord. When we go to the 4 chord, we're going to take that shape and move it up to the nearest D, because that's a D dominant. We've got D here at fret 10. Same shape. When it goes to the 5 chord, E dominant, we're going to move up to fret 12 on E. Same thing. And we're going to outline each chord that way. You know you've heard this before. This is quite musical, but I'll play it anyway. Hopefully you can hear there's the underlying chord progression in there. That's step 1. You're going to sound much more jazzy. But the problem there is that we're zipping around the neck, aren't we? We're quickly legging it up here to fret 10 and 12. So that big 6-string 2-octave pattern is all well and good when we're playing over the 1 chord. But rather than quickly running up here, we might take the nearer D, thinking proximities here, which is there, and just play 1 octave of D mixolydian. So when it goes to the 4 chord, we could play between these 2 points. We could play 5-7, 4-5-7, 4-5-7. That's D mixolydian. Because we've got 4 bars on the first chord. We've only got 2 bars here, and then we've got to quickly shift back. Similarly, when we play over the 5 chord, we've got 1 bar there. We don't want to quickly run up here and play all that scale and leg it back down there. It sounds like we're playing scales that way. So when it comes to the 5 chord between these 2 points, we could play 7-9, 6-7-9, 6-7-9. Okay, now you can map this out all over the fretboard, but this is the way jazz players see changes. There's always a scale solution for any crazy out of key chord. Because when I'm sure you've probably maybe looked at some jazz charts or something, chords are all over the place, breaking key every bar. Nightmare. So we look in this compartmentalised way between 1 octave's worth of intervals. Jazz players think intervals, they don't necessarily think notes. It's too much thought process. So yeah, the goal of this is to just take the dominant blues that you know. Maybe next time you're at a jam night, if you've practiced a little bit of this, you could play over it in the way a jazz player will play these changes. And you just sound a little bit more hip. If everybody's playing minor pentatonic, that stuff's fine. But by definition, if you do that, you're going to stand out a bit more. And that's what we're kind of aiming for. So this topic is massive. It's absolutely huge. And I can't really cram it all into a sort of 5 or 10 minute video here. I hope it serves you well though, especially if you're into the jazz and fusion playing stuff. This warrants some serious study, but it's a whole hell of a lot of fun. Click subscribe if you'd like, or hit like on that like button. If you want to explore this topic further, and it is massive, my email address is in the in the description there. I do Skype tuition, you know what to do. But like I said, I hope this lesson served you well and you can apply it pretty much straight away. Use it in conjunction with the sidestepping chordal stuff that we did in quick lesson number 1. And you're going to sound 10% more jazz in no time. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you next week. I'm going to do these weekly. Have a great one. Bye bye.